All right, boys, we are back, and it's a big day now. Oh my goodness, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the trade deadline, and you know what? 8 or 9 years from now, we're gonna look back, and it's gonna be all because of this day. Okay, the players that we get, the draft picks that we trade for. This is gonna be a big day. Now, I'm not saying that we're gonna totally just annihilate the team, trade away everyone. We're gonna see what happens, see what kind of trades we can make. Probably gonna be 3 or 4 videos for the trade deadline because I have a lot to do. Now, I was up, been up all night working that midnight oil like a good general manager does. Been doing some pre-scouting on some different teams because we're in a different situation this time. We've never been in a situation like this. If you remember with the Columbus Blue Jackets, yeah, we made the trades. We traded away all of our stars, but they were in their prime stars, and we traded them away at the beginning of the season. All right, every team was thinking that they could make the playoffs at that time. We're now at the trade deadline, and we only have veterans to trade away. We don't have any superstars to trade away. Our superstars are veterans now, okay? So the teams that are going to take the players are going to be teams who are challenging for the Stanley Cup, right? So look at the Western Conference. The Chicago Blackhawks, they're first in the West, and the Buffalo Sabres first in the East. There's no point in trading Martin St. Louis to either of those teams for a first-round draft pick. Yeah, they would love it. They would have no problem taking that, but their first-round draft pick for this year is going to be like 28th or 30th overall. So I don't really think we're going to be able to make many trades for draft picks this year. So the trades that we do make are going to have to be for players that are going to be NHL ready in the next 2 or 3 years, okay? So that's what I've done here. I wrote down the teams that I'm going to look at. But there was one good comment. Actually, no, let me just go to the trade deadline. There was one good comment with that was highly rated. And you know what? I didn't even think about it, but the guy was saying to go to St. Louis and go for David Perron, Kevin Shattenkirk, and Patrick Berglund. Yes. So we'll just get them on the table just to see what they're all. No, not Backus. Sorry. Perron and Patrick Berglund. Okay. And he was saying that I should trade away Malone, St. Louis, and who was it? It was Brewer. Yes. Okay. So this was the trade he was saying to go for. Not bad. Not bad. I think straight up, I don't think it would work. These guys are all 23 years old. All my guys are veterans. But let's look at these guys. Okay, so Kevin Shattenkirk, this guy would be a great choice for our team. Okay, 23 years old, B minus. He's a 2A defender. He's NHL ready. I mean, this guy, him and Hedman. I don't know if I'd put him on the first line alongside of Hedman. I could, but this guy would definitely be a franchise defenseman for us. So Kevin Shattenkirk, everything about him would be great. Only 23 years old. David Perron. He's also 23 years old. B minus potential. So he's kind of starting to hit his prime, and he's only 84 overall. He's a good player, but the comment was also saying to play him alongside of Steven Stamkos. But the more and more I look at his stats, this guy would be perfect as a second-line left-wing playmaker, all right? If we had a first line that was just stacked with, like, I don't know, 390s, this guy would be fine on the second line. So, not a bad player. Not a bad player. Just leave him there for now. I'm not completely sold on David Perron. Patrick Berglund, he's a center, 23 years old, B minus, same thing. And he's a center playmaker. Okay, I'm really not sold on Patrick Berglund. I'd rather David Perron because we still have Vincent Lecavalier, who I'm not completely sold on that we're going to trade just yet. So, again, he would fit into a nice second-line center position, but we already have Teddy Purcell as our second-line playmaker. I'd rather Perron over Berglund anyways, so we would take Berglund out of the deal. All right, absolutely. Pietrangelo, I'm not even going to try for. His trade value is above half. Shattenkirk's trade value is within reach. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind going for Shattenkirk and Perron. But I don't want to trade away all these 3 players for them. All right, so let's break this down. This is going to be some negotiating skills here. St. Louis, they're a playoff team, so they're okay with some veterans. But if I'm going to go for Shattenkirk, I'm going to have to give up St. Louis, no doubt. No doubt. St. Louis, Shattenkirk, 1-for-1. They're getting their veteran winger. We're getting our young defenseman. They already have a bunch of young defensemen as well. That wouldn't be a bad 1-for-1 trade anyways for both teams if they're trying to win the Stanley Cup. So I'd have to leave St. Louis in the trade. Fine, fair enough. But Perron, Malone, and Brewer, they can cover them, but all right, hang on a second here. I'd rather keep... I'm keeping Malone, that's for sure. Well, not keeping him, but I'm not going to trade him there. I'd rather keep Okay. You know what? Hang on a sec. Let's go back to their team. Let's see if there's anyone else that we can find on their team. Any young prospects. Because if we can find 2 or 3 young prospects, yeah, I wouldn't mind trading Malone. Jay Schwartz. Let's see with this guy. Jaden Schwartz, playmaker, left winger. All right, 19 years old. BBB. All right, so this is a guy who I'd want to draft basically. He's 19, 5'10", so he's actually kind of like a younger Martin St. Louis. I'm not saying he's going to get as good as Martin St. Louis, but he's got the potential. So yeah, there's a young prospect that I could grab up. All right, so that makes the deal even sweeter. All right, is there anyone else? Go down here. Pietrangelo, I'm not going to even try for him. That would take way too much. Perron, we're getting into the mid-20s now. That's their team. I'm not going to go for anyone else. All right, so those 3, actually, hang on. Any goaltender prospects that they have? Halak, Allen. Oh, they had that Allen guy. Right. This guy might not be a bad guy to have. Give him and Bernier and see who turns out better, basically. Jake Allen, look at that. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm going to put him on the table for now. Actually, what about these other guys? And Lundstrom. This guy isn't signed. He's got pretty good. 19 years old. Super sweet. Oh, he's got his BB. Same kind of thing. As Bernier. Doesn't have the B. He has the B- for athleticism, but I don't mind about that. That's not a big deal. All right. So that's good. You know, he might be a better choice than Allenby just because of his trade value is a lot lower. Oh, I went back to Lundstrom. I meant to check out that second guy. What was his name? Binnington. See this guy? 18 years old, so he's younger, and he has, okay, so he's actually better than that Lundstrom guy, Jordan Binnington. All right. I'll put Allen up there just for now because I wouldn't mind. This would be a huge trade. All right, so we'll leave Perron, Schwartz, Allen, and Shattenkirk. All right, so St. Louis for Shattenkirk, fine. Perron. Now, oh, you know what? If we're getting David Perron, you know what I said about how he would be a perfect second line winger? If we're getting David Perron, I wouldn't mind trading back Teddy Purcell. Because Teddy Purcell's 26 years old. He's the same kind of player, but he's not as good. 26-year-old playmaker winger. But David Perron's a lot better. And I know Purcell's got some good trade. Yeah, he does. Okay, so I wouldn't mind trading Purcell and St. Louis. All right. Shattenkirk and Perron. So it's basically St. Louis for Shattenkirk. All right, we're getting a defenseman. We're giving up a first-line winger. That's fine. Purcell for Perron. Perron would not go on the first. He would for right now, but basically it's the second-line wingers that we're trading for right there. Fine. Schwartz and Allen. Okay. So I'm going to have to think about this now. Who else could we trade away? We're going to have to trade away a defenseman. Yeah, we're going to have to trade away a defenseman here. You know what? Hang on, because this trade is going to be... this trade is going to be pretty... I'm going to take Allen out of the trade just for now. All right. Don't worry about the goalie. We have Bernier right now. I just want to... These 3 guys would be perfect, okay? So, St. Louis and Purcell. So, St. Louis got Shattenkirk. Purcell, we got to get Purcell to cover Perron. And he doesn't. So, yeah, another player is definitely going to have to be added to the deal. All right? So, I want to try something here because I want to try and keep Bergeron and Brewer for now. So, I'm going to put Oland on the table. All right? Because I'm hoping Oland and Purcell have this Perron guy covered. They might not, but I'm hoping that they have him covered just a little bit. All right, and then we're also going to add this one player that I want to add because I know I'm not going to use him, boys. I know you guys are probably going to be mad about this, but this Nemistenkov guy or whatever his freaking name is, I mean, yeah, he's got good trade value. He's a center sniper, 19 years old. Oh, yeah. And then you look at his potential, B-, B-, A-. It's only the A- in athleticism which is bringing his potential up overall-wise. He's not a good player. Look at overall in offense, defense. We can find better prospects like that. So might as well use him for his trade value right now. And if we can make this trade, this is good because we're not giving up Brewer, Malone, Bergeron. We're only giving up St. Louis. And I'm fine with that if we're getting a player like Shattenkirk back. Now, this won't go through. Is it too many players? Can I add a goalie to make it back, or is it too many skaters? Hang on. If I could add a goalie, this would be perfect now. Hang on a second. Allen? No, I can't. All right. So, what is it? I have too many players under contract. That's what it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do, instead of, I want to keep Jake Allen in there. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to go for Jake Allen. He's too much on the trade value. I'll go down for this Binnington guy. Yes. And then I'm going to have to add one more skater. Yeah, okay. I'll add one more skater. Who's got the best trade value of a forward that I don't need? Hang on a sec. Malone keeping, LeCavalier keeping, Connolly, Thompson. All right, so it's Thompson and Shannon. We'll give him Shannon, 28 years old. I think he's a playmaker. Yeah, right wing playmaker. CC. Yeah. We'll give him Ryan Shannon. All right, there you go. Why won't that go through now? Do they have too many players now? Let me add their crappiest player. Hang on. I might have to take the goalie out just so it goes through. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the goalie out. Goalie's it's just not working with the trade here. Yeah, so we'll take Shannon off. And Nemisenkov off. Yeah, okay, so that works right there. All right. So, St. Louis, Purcell, Oland for Shattenkirk, Perron, and Schwartz. All right, you know what? I don't think that'll work. So what we're going to do is we're going to add that Nemisenkov guy. Yeah, I'm going to do it. All right, so I'm going to get this guy in the trade. And I need to have a player come back. That's what it was. Yes. Skaters, nickel, there you go. And now why won't the two goalie? Oh, that's why. Okay. What if I do? No, their goalies are worth too much. Should I give up a draft? No, I'm not going to give up a draft pick for another goal. I'll see what Bernier does. Yeah, that's fine. All right. So let me just check out the trade values here. I want to make sure I get as much for this. I don't want to overextend. St. Louis for Shattenkirk. Oh, wait, sorry. St. Louis for Shattenkirk. Okay, that's fine. Purcell and Oland. Personal Oland, I hope, have Perron covered. All right. And then Schwartz is covered by the excess and Nemisenkov or whatever his freaking name is. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try this. Hang on. I'm going to try this once before I try anything else. I'm going to add the third round pick from the year that we already started trading away draft picks. All right. And I'm going to try and snap up that goalie, that Binnington goalie. All right. I don't think this will go through. All right. I just want to try it out. If this doesn't go through, we're just going to go back to the 4 and just maybe the 3rd without the goalie, and I think that might go through. But let's see if this will go through. We're basically giving up St. Louis for Shattenkirk, all right, trading an offenseman for a defenseman, that's fine. Purcell for Perron's 1-for-1. Oland is an addition to the trade, so we're giving up Oland. Nemisenkov, we're trading for the Schwartz guy, which is fine, and then the 3rd for the goalie. All right, so, I mean, if the trade value goes through here, I think we've made a great steal here. Let's see if it'll go through. No, we're going to reject this proposal.